out there and being on the market again can be so difficult. After a divorce or a breakup, the big question is really, do I even know how to do this again? Well, Tamsen Fadal is helping people figure out this whole new world of dating after a breakup. It's her breakup survival guide called The New Single. Tamsen, so good to have you.
Oh, thank you so much.
You know, you're an anchor for WPIX in New York City, and something that you said that struck me is I got married in the New York Times, I got divorced in the New York Post, splattered everywhere, trying to make a soap opera of it, but that's not what this book is about. It's about sort of rediscovering yourself in your singlehood, right?
Yeah, I think that's what you have to do after my breakup and divorce. You know, I went to the self-help aisle, which we all do, or on Amazon, and I found so many books that were about dating again, and that's not what I needed to do. I needed to figure out who I was again, find myself and fall back in love with myself and like myself first.
I love one of the things that you say is don't romanticize your past as your first tip, thinking I'm not alone because I'm in a relationship.
Sure, you know what, a lot of times we go back and when we're out of the relationship and we look back and go, this time was so great, this was wonderful, I was so happy then, and we don't allow ourselves to move forward, and that's what's really so important across the board, whether we're talking about any kind of life change.
What would you say to the person that's getting out there again, online dating, when that may have not even existed when they were back in the dating world?
You know, I think there are a lot of things to keep in mind with that, and I've spoken to so many women all across the country, actually, with a lot of questions about that, about how to get back out there if that is what you're ready to do. I think first you have to be really careful. I mean, you know, you've got millions of people, tens of millions of people that are online. You can't assume that everything is the truth. I think you've got to take your time. You've got to not go out there with a goal of trying to find another person until you know who you are. And I think you've got to get off of the online portion of it and get back out there in person too.
That's a huge key to what you said. You can't find the next person until you find out who you are. What is that process like after a breakup of rediscovering yourself?
I think you have to get to know who you are, and you have to do that one step at a time. I say take this breakup and divorce in 90-day increments, because I think that that's a reasonable amount of time to be able to grow into who you need to be again. You know, the first 90 days after a big life change, and we all have had so many of them, is a time that you just want to keep moving forward and get out of your own way, and it's really important to stand still and survey your surroundings.
Something else you say about your surrounding is decluttering your home. Yeah. I wouldn't have thought of that after a breakup.
You know, it was important to me to do different things, non-traditional things, and I really had to do that. I decluttered my home and decluttered my heart at the same time by changing my space, right? Making it mine again, changing the bed out, changing the bedding, making it brighter, putting flowers there, things that I didn't think were part of a healing process that really wound up being a big part of it and an important part of it.
A great book with a great message, The New Single. Tamsen Fadal, thanks for being with us.
Thanks for having me.